$62,000. Gotcha. That's who you are, honey. That's who you are. So you are an entitled liberal from the Upper East Side. $62,000 to go to Middlebury. Wow. Wow. Good for Allison. Allison, you must have had a hell of a good upbringing. God bless you, honey. I mean, if she watches this, but she wouldn't watch my videos, would she? So, okay, so there's that. And let's keep reading on here a little bit more about Allison D. Burroughs. So let me read it to you guys again how it should read. Biography. Born in 61 to super rich elitists in the Upper East America. She got a bachelor's of arts from a super entitled rich yuppie college. Am I wrong? She received a Juris Doctorate cum laude in 1968 from the University of Pennsylvania Law School. How much is University of Pennsylvania Law School? I'm going to leave that tab open. I'm going to open another tab. Cost of University of Pennsylvania Law School. Let's just find out about Allison. Tuition. How much is law at UPenn? $67,000 a year. So her parents are putting out like $100,000 a year. Totals $100,000 a year to go to college. Matt, I'm an investigative journalist. I'm investigating the judge who's ruled against all of my motions when she ruled exactly for the exact motion that we just submitted 2 days ago. We submitted the exact motion she approved 2 years ago. I'm investigating this person to find out what her bias could be against me, a conservative who's for wiping away all gun rights and for strong borders. We don't agree on everything, but I'm also pro-choice. So all the conservatives can like, oh, or all the fake pro-lifers like, oh, he's pro-choice. Yeah, I'm pro-choice, and I'm pro-Brittany Reiner coming home. So I'm not stupid. I'm just conservative in the values I have from my upbringing. And it's not what I chose. It is what it is. I am what I am. So then as we continue down here, it says, super entitled white woman from Boston. Let me turn off the comments here so I can read. Sorry, guys. So it says, she began her legal career as a law clerk for Judge Norman Shapiro of the United States District Court of Eastern Pennsylvania from 1989, 88 to 89. See, this is the thing I'm trying to show you guys right now. The way I do research for this is the same way I do research when I'm researching history. So now what I do is I go to the judge that she clerked for, Norma L. So she also was, she's a woman during the woman empowerment era, because that judge is going to be a judge in the 80s. That's what's going to happen here. So Norma Levy Shapiro, who's she appointed by here? So she's this chick. Now here's Norma. Okay, now she's dyed in the wool. So this is how liberal this woman is that's presiding over my case. This woman was also appointed by Jimmy Carter. So this president appointed the woman who she clerked for. Allison was appointed by Barack Obama. Then she went to this super entitled college where it cost tons and tons of money. And so that means Norma plugged her in to the elite power brokers of Washington, D.C. That's what happened. Because remember, if she's in office 78 to 98, even when Norma was going to law school, just so you guys know, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's true, she probably got picked on by men and treated bad because we were such a chauvinistic, male chauvinist society back then. I mean, you know, if you really want to go into to research history and understand, women didn't even get the right to vote till 1920 with the 19th Amendment. So, when Norma was going to college, she was probably picked on a lot and bullied a lot just because she was a woman getting a law degree. And so, I don't agree with that kind of stuff. So, so that means that she had to align really strongly with a particular kind of ideology to survive that. And so the ideology she survived that with. And remember, if Jimmy Carter is appointing Norma, well, let's just keep reading a little bit further. So this is Norma's biography, and Shapiro received a Bachelor of Arts degree, Order of Coit. She's clerked for George Horace Stern of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. So Norma here, she clerked for Judge Horace of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. So now you go down and you take a look at, and you see who Mr. Horace was, and you find out what he was about. I should have done this beginning, but I had the idea that at federal court, the laws would mean something, and a miscarriage of justice would be categorized as such, and in the interest of justice, I would be treated fairly, and I don't feel like I'm being treated fairly. So now let's take a look at Judge Horace, succeeded by, he's Norman, not much information. It doesn't say who appointed him, having served. Let's just take a look at this real quick. So the Chief Justice, Principal Supreme, so he was Chief Justice. So Norma clerked for the Chief Justice of the, again, remember where we are. We're in the upper East America, in Northeast America, with these supremely yuppie liberals. And so everything's coming out of the Northeast. So born to a Jewish family in Philadelphia, University of Pennsylvania, UPenn. So I wonder, he went to UPenn Law, right? And he was the one that Norma clerked for. So now let's take a look at Norma here and see education and career, Philadelphia, UPenn. She went to UPenn too. And then when you go to Allison D. Burroughs, you're going to go federal biography, UPenn. She went to UPenn as well. So what you're talking about is a long history of power colluding on top of power. And of course, Judge Burroughs isn't afraid of my appeal or anything I can do to her, because when I appeal the case, which eventually that will happen, when I appeal the case, when she rules against me, then it's going to be one of her judges. And then what you have to find out on the appeals because when we appeal, it goes to multiple judges, it goes to a judge panel, and then that judge panel will make a determination. But as you can see, they all may be looped in together. So we have to take a look at that judges panel and see where those judges are affiliated from. Because remember, there's this thing called alumni when you have a proper upbringing with two parents and they send you to $100,000 a year school. There's this thing called an alumni association. So what we're seeing here is this alumni association from UPenn so far has got one judge on the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania, and then got that female judge Norma in 1978, which was probably really hard to do. And then they got the judge Allison D. Burroughs appointed by Obama. And remember, these people are not being appointed by nobodies. I mean, she's being appointed by Barack Obama, and Norma is being appointed by Jimmy Carter. So that's the definition of statism. When power is colluded together from one source in a centralized location, that's called statism. And that's what you guys are seeing. This is literally statism. That's what it looks like to me. So now let's keep reading a little bit more and see how much further down. So now we know that this is a very Northeast liberal yuppie community of people who are stacked on top of each other for generations. And they're all going to see my video and be like, oh my God, woe is he talking about Allison as though she's being unjust to him. Yeah, that's what I feel like. And I'm a reporter, so I'm reporting to my people that I feel like she's being unjust. I feel like this is a miscarriage of justice. Ruling against every motion, writing these things to me that are like trying to smack me down like I'm a fly, like I don't matter. You know, I wonder if Allison understands that in today's world, we get to just share and broadcast everything. You can write the stuff you're writing to me. You or the clerk, Caitlin McManus, the Allison Burroughs or Caitlin McManus can write these things. However, I can broadcast what you write and what you say. I just can't film in the courtroom. And why, anybody, let me turn the chat on real quick. Put a 1 in the chat if you think we can't, put a 1 in the chat if you can't, if you think we can't film in the courtroom because they're trying to hide things. Just put a 1 in the chat if you think that. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that you can't film your trial because they're trying to cheat you. Why can't you record it? Why can't I plug in my audio recorder and then be willing to be subjected to certain things being omitted, people's names, people's date of births and things like that? Why can't I? How come I can't bring my recorder in the courtroom? And Allison D. Burroughs is going to be now subjected to 2022 media. Allison, I want anybody who has information about Allison D. Burroughs, especially enemies of her that she created along the road, especially conservatives. I'm sure she cheated conservatives. I would bet my right hand to God that she did the same thing to conservatives. Because I hate cops, I don't like cops, I don't respect cops. I've been very open about it. I'm nice to some of them if they're nice to me. You joined the Death Star. I don't respect you for doing it. Somebody's got to do it. It doesn't have to be you. It takes a good man to do that, to put torture cuffs on another person. So I believe, what I think is this journalist right here with 800 videos, I believe Allison D. Burroughs is watching my videos. She sees that I hate cops. I think they're scum. And she's ruling against me constantly. That's what I think. So that's my position. Am I allowed to say it, or am I going to get a U.S. Code 18? Is that what's going to happen to me? I've said that I feel like I'm being treated poorly, that I'm not getting justice. Oh man, let's keep researching more about Allison D. Burroughs. Did someone find that where I want film in the courtroom 100%? That's one of the missions of Delete Laws, you know? So everybody hit the like button, please. Everybody hit there's 250 people in here and 50 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Ooh, let me report that. You know what? I'm not going to report it because I don't know. I can't keep up with the comments because I don't read them most of the time. So I'm not going to block or report anybody. I'll let the mods do what they're doing. So now we know Allison is deeply involved with a extraordinarily liberal faction that she's been engulfed in for 100 years. And so now did someone find that? Because I want to, Deanna, how are you? Good to see you. I want to see what they put here for. Boston Police Detective Award. Someone sent that to me earlier, and I can't seem to find that document again, and I'm looking for it. Is that where it is? It's bugging me so bad that I just have to know. I just have to know. I want to know her biography. I want to know more about her biography, and I want to know more about the things that she's done as far as getting awards from cops. And someone sent that to me. If someone could resend that to me again, please. She won a bunch of awards from cops, from the FBI, from, where was that? Let me text my friend Tina. Hey, where was that document that had the FBI and the Boston Police Department awards in it? I know it, but I don't want to do it when I got a bunch of people online. I hate to be distracted in any way. I want to just talk with you guys. And earlier when I was talking about Tommy's case, I was just so incensed that this woman, Piggy Daniels, that she was so proud that I could pull my gun whenever I want. And I had been thinking about it and burning on it. And then, we don't feel like we can get justice in this courtroom. So, let me try to list Allison D. Awards. There is on her Wikipedia page, but let me see. It doesn't list all the awards. And there was somewhere where it had a list